Hello students, today's topic is sugar. I am excited to say that you all are living in an era where added sugar is becoming so much easier to identify in products that we eat because of that added sugar line on the new nutrition facts label. You may remember this woman in her package on the runway from the videos that we watched earlier in the nutrition facts or in the nutrition unit. So, that line is a big advantage for you. I want to share with you some guidelines from different organizations. The United States Dietary Guidelines are highly influenced by politics. And when I say politics here specifically, I mean the food industries, and even more specifically, food companies that use a lot of sugar in their products. They do not want an added sugar line on the label. They did not want. They fought it tooth and nail, and they've been fighting it for years. But finally, United States Dietary Guidelines are starting to be more reasonable. Less than 10% of calories per day should come from added sugars. That is 200 calories for a 2,000 calorie diet, which is approximately where you are. That is the limit. The limit then would be 50 grams of sugar per day. However, there are other organizations that would say differently. The United States Dietary Guidelines come from the World Health Organization guidelines, but the World Health Organization backed down a few years back from saying what they really wanted to say. What they really wanted to say was that 5% or below, so 100 calories for a 2,000 calorie diet would be best for the world, but what they said was less than 10% of calories, and even better would be less than 5% of calories for additional health benefits. So the World Health Organization recommends no more than 25 to 50 grams of added sugar. Finally, the third column is the American Heart Association, which separates out according to ages and gender groups, including preschoolers, toddlers, preschoolers, school-age kids like elementary-age kids, preteens, teens, and then adults. I've just given you the recommendation for adults because it's not going to be terrible if we go just by them. American Heart Association goes with that low range for women, 25 grams of sugar a day, added sugar a day for women, and 36 grams a day for men. This is for heart health, and heart health is also brain health, is also whole body health. So, I choose to go with the American Heart Association recommendations just because added sugar can be a really dangerous thing, and even 50 grams of added sugar a day can be too much for a lot of people, especially if you should be consuming less than 2,000 calories once you stop growing. Okie doke. So one of my favorite products to talk about in terms of sugar is Fruit Loops, because there's pretty much nothing good in Fruit Loops. Nothing good in Fruit Loops. So kudos to Kellogg's because they have actually made their nutrition facts on their website easier to find. I'll show you in just a minute. As we look at the nutrition facts label though of Fruit Loops, it's really quite easy to find the total sugars under the carbohydrate section, and then you see that 16 grams of added sugar or 16 grams of sugar is all added. So 100% of the sugar in Fruit Loops is added sugar. And that is 32% of that recommended 50 grams of sugar limit. All right. Now, the tricky part of this when you're looking at added sugar is absolutely you have to glance at the serving size. Serving size of 1 1/3 cup of Fruit Loops. I can't imagine a kid who would, first of all, measure out a serving size of Fruit Loops. You just pour in the bowl. And I challenge you, especially if you have Fruit Loops at home or a similar sugary cereal, to actually measure out what that serving size looks like. And I would bet, I don't even know what I would bet. Not my left foot, but not my left pinky toe, but I would bet that you probably eat a little bit more of that cereal than the serving size. I know when I was a kid, I would easily eat 3 cups of Fruit Loops, no problem, which means I have to multiply 16 by 3, which would be 30 plus 48 grams of sugar in one bowl of cereal. So, wow, that still keeps me under the 50-gram limit for the day, but that's all of my added sugar for the day. And I guarantee you when I was a kid, I was eating more than that much sugar in a day. All right. When I said kudos to Kellogg's, they actually have spelled out on their website, and it was easy to find, talking about servings per container, serving size, information about the updated daily values on the new nutrition facts label, and then information about total and added sugars. I kind of cut it off here, but they explain the difference between added sugar and regular sugar. This nutrition facts label happens to be for Raisin Bran. And you can see that you might think, oh, raisins and bran, that's a healthy cereal. But it actually has 9 grams of added sugar, which is almost a fifth of your added sugar for the day. So just because something sounds healthy does not mean that it is. Moving right along. This is just more information about the total and added sugars from the raisins. So sugar can be naturally present in foods such as raisins, and then they explain why else sugar might be added. So I appreciate that from Kellogg's. Kudos to Kellogg's for making it easier to find nutrition facts on their website and for explaining for reals the nutrition facts labels and making it good information. All right, lots of our added sugar in the United States comes from beverages. And I thought, I'll just take a look at a couple of beverages that I hear students talking about and see students drinking. Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Latte is one of them. So when I come out of this presentation and go to Starbucks, again, this was really quite easy to find, which is good. I Googled Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Latte nutrition information, and this popped up. So here it is over on the right. Notice they make it very easy to add to your order before you scroll down and see the nutrition facts information. This is actually a small. 8 fluid ounces is the small size. 8 grams of fat from the milk, I believe. Yep, 2% milk. Check this out, students. 26 grams of sugar. And we know that there's no natural sugar in coffee. That is all added sugar. That's in the short. Let's go to a tall 12 ounce, 39 grams of sugar. All right, as a female, if I'm looking to follow the American Heart Association recommendations, that's over my limit right there. Let's keep going. A grande, 50 grams of sugar, which puts the adult male and anybody else who's following the United States or the World Health Organization guidelines at their limit of sugar for a day in one beverage. This mug would be a 16-ounce latte. It has nothing in it. It was my tea from earlier today. And then let's just look at the 20-ounce venti, 64 grams of sugar. That is close to 3 days worth of sugar for an adult female in one beverage. Uh-oh. All right, let's take a look at Gatorade then. Again, also easy to find. Kudos to Pepsi for making this nutrition information easy to find. On the PepsiCo website, I Googled Gatorade nutrition facts label, and this came up. So, here we go, 140 calories. This is a 20 fluid ounce container, which I think would be probably more than someone, a 7th grader, would drink like for lunch, but not more than a 7th grader would drink throughout the day for a bottle of Gatorade or at a sports game. So here we go, 34 grams of added sugar, which is 69% of that 50 grams of sugar per day. And again, okay, you're still under the limit, but do you really want to spend your added sugar grams on a beverage? That's something you have to decide for yourself. So, moving right along here in the presentation. Beverages, huge source of added sugar in the United States. The other thing that I wanted to call to your attention is that I have a gnat flying around my face. There are a lot of different names of sugar that can appear on a nutrition facts label. I touched on this before, but I just want to give you a moment to read through some of these names. I personally have never heard of Barbados sugar. tons of different ways that sugar shows up on the nutrition label. And the good news is that because of the new added sugar line, you really don't have to become well-versed anymore in knowing all of the names of sugar, because the companies have to call out the number of grams of added sugar no matter where they come from. All right, that is it for the sugar video. Thank you for listening, and go make healthy choices.